Hey guys, I am Ibigandscary. I'm bringing you another StarCraft 2 replay. This is Game 2 featuring Tyreal, our green Protoss in the top right corner, and Deviantbum, our teal Protoss in the bottom left. Deviantbum is in Masters. Tyreal is an unknown quarry, no known skill level. He handled himself quite well last time against Deviantbum. Deviantbum unfortunately just kind of out-harassed him, did a little bit of damage for a starting harassment, and then just absolutely mopped the floor with him in a final engagement, specifically due to his superior control of the Colossi and making sure that they were targeting large clumps of units to do the most AoE damage, as well as just having an excellent hand at macro techniques, keeping all of his money spent, having enough unit producing structures to have plenty of zealots out early on in the engagement, and overall just kept his artillery alive for a significantly longer amount of time, and the end result was those Colossi just having a ridiculous amount of damage being done to them on Tyreal's part, and dealing it out on the part of Deviantbum. Unfortunately, this is a PvP again, which means we're going to have a pylon next to a Nexus followed by a gateway. Ooh, what is this? Awkward placement. No, that pylon is supposed to be up here by the Nexus. Tyreal, what is wrong with you? You're doing something different. And it's probably him just incorporating the gateway and then a cybernetics core to make that wall off. Totally standard at one time. Not really standard right now, because a lot of people have discovered that because Protoss's primary units, the Stalker, the Sentry, the Immortal, their range, and they can decimate this gateway from the low ground with minimal danger to their units. Kind of a harassment thing, forcing your guys to move down the ramp and expose themselves. Besides the placement, Tyreal's following the standard order of things. It looks like he's got his single gas up cybernetics core already started for Deviantbum, and a second pylon down already. Neck and neck on the harvester count. Wow, significantly more gas being mined for Tyreal than Deviantbum, and I think it's because, yeah, there's only two probes on the geyser for Deviantbum. Hey, if that's all the gas he needs, that's all the gas he needs. He knows what it's about. Why are you smiling? Did something die? No, nothing died yet. We'll keep an eye out for why he is smiling. Probably some shenanigans somewhere. Oh, he probably kept his guy alive, and he's quite proud of that. Be proud. Be proud. Keep those probes alive. The longer they're alive, the longer you can see that another gas is going down, and just the two gas probes on the gas still. I wonder if Deviantbum's doing that on purpose. I know that some people have been talking about the only having two probes per gas purposefully. Evidently, it's supposed to do something with the timing, making it so that you get just enough gas to get out the structures that you need. And then I don't know. I don't really know. It looks like he's getting the cybernetics core, though, incorporated in that build. Maybe that's what he's smiling about. It's not airtight, as that Stalker is showing us by coming in and out of the ramp. That small little gap there can be held quite easily by a Zealot, though. Robotics facility built right behind it. Two gas are totally up for Tyler. He's probably not going to be thinking about moving out. He's probably going to be thinking about getting down a couple more gateways to support that robotics facility. But with plenty of time left on the cybernetics core, because it's not getting chrono boosted. I'm actually chrono boosting out two Stalkers. Speaking of two Stalkers, two moving up from Deviantbum, just poking at the front door. It looks like two more gateways being added on, so it's a 3-gate with a Twilight Council for Deviantbum. No robo this time. Maybe that's going to be blink for these Stalkers so that he can do some sort of blink play. Maybe we will see a robotics facility out eventually. In fact, another Twilight Council for Tyreal. Probably going to be a heavy blink play out of both players, which is great because I love blink micro. It's one of the best, especially when there's an observer to scout the high ground, so you can just hop right in. 3 Stalkers, really superior micro here from Deviantbum, making sure that none of them take structural damage. See him pulling back the one that doesn't have shields and focusing down the weakened one out of Tyreal. So even though they were matched in Stalker count, only one of them took structural damage, and even that one didn't go down. Beginning to focus on the pylon that was powering all these structures, but it would not have stopped the robotics facility. So in turn, he is turning to the probes. Probes getting pulled immediately by Tyler to focus down the structure. The Stalkers, one of them getting surrounded. Unfortunately, it's the weakened one. The other one's barely surviving. just not being surrounded, basically, is all those probes could hope for. The stalkers having to pull back from the zealot, but still being able to focus down one or two of the probes here and there. Workers killed showing you that 10 of them have gone down, and the income tab showing you that he's almost behind by 20 harvesters at this point. What a devastating blow to Tyler, even though these guys are going to get cleaned up by the Immortal, just now joining the fray. Definitely a cost-effective fight, even though the resources tab will show you that he's only behind by 300 minerals. Really, all those minerals are from the probes, and that is a devastating loss. Even though Tyler has the infrastructure that he wants, the 3-gate with the robo, and then he's got blink almost done, he just doesn't have the economy to produce the units that he needs. Whereas Deviantbum, he's got that robotics facility out, he's got an observer. It's Tyreal's observer. Where's Deviantbum's observer? Does he even have one out? No, he does not. Probably Deviantbum's going to get one out eventually, getting out a first warp prism, which is going to get scouted immediately by the observer from Tyreal. But that warp prism is probably going to be used to produce a couple of stalkers. A probe is on the field over by the 3rd, probably going to make a pylon there. There goes a couple of stalkers. These stalkers have blink already finished from the Twilight Council. That warp prism is going to be able to drop them at the high ground and also scout the high ground, so that when they blink out, if they get chased around to the safe zones, they should be able to have no problems kind of kiting that Immortal, making it so that the weakened ones can get out of range from the Immortal, and also once they get enough damage, make their way to a wall and just hop off. I foresee imminent probe death for Tyreal, because he really doesn't have any vision over here. This is going to take him completely by surprise, and he's already reeling from that damage. And the army composition that he has in the base is not very fast. It's very slow, actually. Immortal's very slow. Not even using the warp prism to ferry the units across, because there's too many stalkers to fit inside the stalkers, blinking to the high ground, focusing down that single zealot, having to move away from the 2 Immortals, though. There's no way that they can engage that directly. Oh, a nice force field from Tyler. Would have caught those stalkers if not for the blink. The blink taking them out of range from the rest of the probes, but the damage has already been done. Back down to 10 at 32, waiting for the blink cooldown to be done. Now that it is done, he's blinking them away, but taking quite a lot of damage. I think the damage from the Immortals is really taking Deviantbum by surprise. He lost too many stalkers there than he should have. He was buying enough time to take out that pylon, but all it really gains him is a single warp gate not functional. The other 2 warp gates can easily be used, but the infrastructure from Tyreal is already shot to pieces, so even the loss of 1 warp gate really doesn't do anything. He would have been better served saving those stalkers. Blinking the stalkers back up into the main base to seal the deal. It looks like Tyreal's going for an all-in. Not even taking the probes along with him, because not much that they can do. But the 2 Immortals should be able to do quite a lot of damage depending on how much is at home. Tyreal is probably going to have to allow this Nexus to go down. He has some sentries, just a single sentry to hold that ramp, but with 200 energy, he's going to be able to hold the ramp for a very, very long time. Base race of a sorts is going underway, but I think Deviantbum has this in the bag. Quite a lot of damage being dealt by the stalkers. Transfer of drones back home. Nexus goes down. A small win, a consolation prize for Tyreal, unfortunately. Force field is perfectly timed to separate the 2 stalkers from the Immortals. The Immortals are really what Deviantbum doesn't want to engage right away with. Probably wants to split them up even further with more force fields. Tyreal, realizing that he is outmatched with in all fashions. Deviantbum really just dominated this because he was incredibly successful with that first set of harassment, and Tyler did not have much of an opportunity to come back from that. Man, that's basically it. Just shows you how powerful Blink Micro is, and by micro I mean harassment. Man, those guys are incredibly fast, and they get into the probe line and they can devastate you, and the things you rely upon normally to stop harassment, like force fields and placement and kiting the workers around and Immortals, they really aren't very successful against stalkers, so they are very powerful. Something to be wary of. Thanks for watching, guys. Tyler is knocked down to the loser bracket. Deviantbum moving on to the winners. Round 3, I suppose. Keep an eye out for him. I'll keep an eye out for you guys, because I'll be casting the rest of these games in the tournament. Probably not tonight. Maybe tomorrow. I'll see you guys later. I am Big and Scary. Bye.